So we all know that Poppy Playtime has some insane lore at this point, but a lot of people don't even realize that it doesn't make any sense. And I love breaking game logic and trying to make sense of it, so in this video I'm gonna be ruining the game's lore and having some fun in the process. So grab a drink and enjoy. So let's begin this video with maybe one of the most overlooked things in the entire series. And that is, of course, how do the toys eat? And yes, before the hate comments start flooding in, I know the toys have intestines, but that is not what I meant. What I mean is that some toys basically have like a straw as a neck, or a bug's body. It doesn't make any sense, and they're just so small that like logically they wouldn't be able to eat. Look at Mommy Longlegs, for example. She literally threatens the player with eating them, but how? Like,
obey the rules, or I'll tear you apart and eat your insides while you're still alive.
yeah, I'd like to see that. I mean, look at her body. There's literally just straws and a few like blocks in between. Like, how would this work? And to make things even worse, how is the food gonna leave their body, since human intestines are put inside the toy bodies, so they gotta go to the toilet, right? Okay, now that I'm thinking about it, these toys could definitely get sick too if they eat human flesh, and rotten human flesh as well, so I think Huggy or Mommy might want to take a quick toilet break before chasing us again. Okay, I get it, it's a game world, and the toys don't need to go to the toilet. But then where does all the processed food go? It doesn't make any sense. Now, after looking at the game like this, I kind of fell into a little rabbit hole and tried to look for other things in the game that don't make any sense. And then I stumbled across something hilarious when looking around Lily Lovebraid's house. So we all know Lily Lovebraid's house is meant to be a prison, right? Well, okay. Then why is it built like a freaking playground? Like, there's a slide, there's like a piano, there's activities to do, there's even a map right here that has a puzzle you can solve and play with this whole area. And to be honest, if I had a whole space like this, I would have the time of my life, to be honest. Like, imagine a whole personal world. And okay, I get it, she was also given minimum food and literally no contact with anyone, and she was tortured with conditioning. So it's still really bad. It wouldn't be like good to live there as a human. It wouldn't be good. But from a standpoint, it's a pretty cool area besides that. But isn't it weird that this prison is built like a playground? Talking about Lily Lovebraid's next weird thing is something that I actually picked up pretty recently, and that was also considering that the prototype hates Lily Lovebraid and didn't want to work with her. And so the next question is, how did Lily know the special guest was the prototype, and how did she even know a special guest was coming if the prototype was trapping her and not trying to work with her? Like, in the reveal of the prototype, she is all happy when the prototype has literally tortured her, and Lily hated him for what he is doing to her. Like, there's even a letter that Lily wrote about how much he hates the prototype and what he's doing. Like, okay, let's put this to perspective real quick. Yippee, the guy that has tortured me for 10 plus years shows up to my tea party. It's like when you go to a family meeting and that one cousin shows up that you have beef with. Like, yay, the guy I threatened to death 2 hours ago just showed up to my family dinner. Okay, I'm sorry for that, but if you didn't click off in other raids, then respect to you. And last but not least, the final weird thing I could find about Poppy Playtime is, how does the prototype move through the factory? Like, I get it, but for example, in this scene with Giblet, how does he fit through these small pipes? And in this scene where he runs through the hallway, how does he fit through this door? The only explanation is that he can teleport through walls. Then we would have seen that already in the game's lore, right? If he can teleport, then why did he run after us, for example, in the final chase scene, if he could just teleport to us? There's actually a clip of Mob Entertainment demonstrating how the prototype would move through the factory, and it does make sense, but how would he move through this literal door? Let me know in the comments down below, actually. With that, this video concludes. I know it's a short video, but I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think about these weird things. Shout out to the surrounding subscribers, and I'll see you later.